So, and the company, these came out of Monsanto's own studies. They the Freedom of Information Act in a lawsuit or a subpoena forced open the records of their testing, and they found out that these things, they knew that these things would poison. And yet they are being used throughout America, and they're testing them now here in Europe. In spite of them telling the public they're not being in their environments, they are being tested here. In fact, in the south of France, there are areas of corn and soybeans and other products that are colza oils, colza rapeseed, as it's known, also being used as with its bio-generated seeds. So they don't really care what we think, Jennifer. They don't care, and nor should we care very much about what they think when we finally go after them, because truthfully, honestly, in my view, we're never going to shed this yoke of this crime gang until we are willing to give it all up to stop them, because they're playing a go for broke game here on their own side, and we're not. We need people that stand up and act courageously. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to expect 100% compliance of the population to fight back, but the people that do fight back need to be committed to their fighting back, whether it be a 2% or a 5% or whatever the percentage of people that finally step up is. They've got to commit themselves to winning, because to lose is unimaginable in my mind. So I'm saying that people need to be serious. A lot of people, I think, out there in my listening audience, 10,000 plus a day, probably listen to the French Connection as some sort of not as much an education in some instances as an entertainment. I wonder what he's going to say today, kind of thing. And instead of asking the question, what is it I'm going to do today to help get this message further afield, a lot of people sit back on their laurels. They don't participate in forums. They don't go out and try to generate new listeners. Instead, they sit back and they think they're helping by educating themselves individually. Well, they are in a very small way, but certainly that's not going to be a winning way, in my view. Now, that's not to say everybody, but it certainly is, because I can base that on how many people ever communicate with me privately or in any other way, as opposed to the number of people visiting the website. And it's always the same people that contact me and talk to me and send me news items and so forth. And I know that there's 9,000 other people that never do. Do you understand what I mean? And those 9,000 people, what do they think this is? Some sort of game? It's not a game. It's a deadly serious situation we're facing right now. How do I inspire people?
The message gets out there and it travels. And I think that's something, you should feel confident about that, because I see this information get out there, under a lot of different auspices and people picking up parts of the story and, carrying it forward. So I think it's all getting spread out there. It's so big, the body of work that's being generated by people who investigate is amazing. It's huge. It's getting around, Daryl, it's all kind of got to come up together, and as people get educated, they drop out step by step of participating. They begin to change their lives. That it's a process that takes some time, but as people educate themselves, they do stop participating in this. And I think that, I personally feel the best thing that I can do is just to keep investigating it, finding a way to, share that information and post it on the net. Make the connections, to, where that bag of apples came from, to that company that's, that owns your telephone system, to, whoever has control of your bank on the corner. it's exposing this web of connections that unveils this pyramid, this hierarchy of structure. I think we know that, but we really we don't know until we see it for ourselves, until it becomes personal. And as people make this personal and they realize that this touches all these areas in their own lives, it starts making sense at that point.
Yeah. That's one of the things I get in emails that people say, I always felt like there were elements missing to my education until I started reading the information you've put out, and it all made sense. It all began to gel for me. Well, we've reached the end of our hour, Jennifer. There's certainly other subjects that you are interested in sharing, but I want to get give you a chance now to tell everybody the websites that you're posting on right now. You want to give that information out?
Well, I have a blog, and pretty much everything is connected somehow to that blog. So if people would like to read what I've got on the net, they can go to www.jenniferlegg.wordpress.com.
Okay. Well, and from there there'll be links to other sites that you put information out on, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, that's great. I'm going to invite you back in a week or two for a more specific conversation. As I like to do a kind of an overriding storyline here, and then we'll pick a few subjects and go deeper into them next time if you're amenable to that.
Sure. That would be great.
Well,
I'd love to come back.
I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of our hour, and sorry for those phone interruptions. I have calls coming in over here on another line, and have no way of shutting the phone off. I'm a high-tech guy, I'm a high-tech guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad you came by today and listened to me and my friend Jennifer here to talk about these subjects. Of course, I hope you got something out of it. I know I did. Many things are happening in the world. I need your help to get more of this information out. So please don't forget about your role in this. It is the pivotal role. It is the role. I mean, I do nothing except act as a catalyst, and without the people around me listening to these broadcasts and sharing it again, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to make a difference. So that means you. That means you guys out there. Read the books, by the way, on the site. Read the books. It's all the information you need to learn to become an expert on this crime wave in the world are in the books on my website. There's over 40 of them. I don't expect you guys to read them all right away, but at least crack a few of them open. First one I would recommend to anybody would be Rivers Flowing Eastward by Pakita de Shishnarev. You'll find it listed under Fry, F-R-Y, because that was the person who wrote the foreword, and sadly it got put up on my site as that person's work, but it's not. It's Pakita de Shishnarev. Read that book. It's well written. It's a fascinating read. And you can go on to other books. Douglas Reed is a great read of this information. Jack Bernstein, if you want to know about how horrendous the Israeli mindset is, he tells you in detail about it. Elizabeth Dillings, if you want to learn about Russia. So many of the books. Read them. Maurice Pinet about the Catholic Church's usurpations, and just so many. The books are just a great resource for you to become an expert on this. Of course, Andrew Carrington Hitchcock's book, The Synagogue of Satan, is a perfect timeline. The Rothschild timeline, which was co-authored by me and Andrew some time ago, also a good resource. So check them out. You'll need them to really become well-versed in this information. Until the next time, I want to thank you all for being here. Take care of your families.